G2 have won IEM Cologne, but for the victory they had to beat ENCE on NUKE, and ENCE is a fearless team on NUKE, having destroyed some of the best teams in the world on it, and have racked up an impressive 80% win rate, and have an 11-to-1 win and loss ratio over their last 12 matches on NUKE going into this match. So how did G2 finish the match in only 20 rounds? Well, today we're seeing how G2 adapted quickly to whatever ENCE was doing, and proved to be the better team on NUKE. Pistol starts promising, with ENCE deciding to buy quite a lot of utility with 3 flashes, a HE nade, smoke and a Molotov. As we all know, NUKE is a map that is dictated by utility for site takes, since the T's entry points on both sides are easily held by CTs in many different positions, so prioritizing utility here and nades is very smart. G2 on the other side are going for a flash and a smoke to try and counter whatever ENCE will throw at them, and Hunter on upgraded pistols. And the dual Berettas are super strong on NUKE, especially on A site and ramp. ENCE are sending 4 players lobby and Madden on top of roof to use some of his utility for the fast attack. And a little detail here is that ENCE are all shift walking in lobby, in case a G2 player will be playing towards roof or inside hut and hear them. So for ENCE, a key part of this round is the surprise effect they will have on G2. While G2 have gone for Hunter on top of hut, Monacy in main and yard area, a player heaven, and then the 2 last players towards B site. Just a very standard way to hold. ENCE push to site consists of Madden molotoving hut and flashing his teammates out, and Snappy opening the door and smoking main. Only problem is what happens if they can't kill hut player, since they're sending 3 players out of hut. Well, they did not expect him to have a smoke, and are waiting for the Molotov to either kill Hunter or force him off. But when Hunter gets to smoke the Molotov and gets the first kill, the whole ENCE push stops. And Monacy uses his free time by ENCE to pinch door, since he killed Snappy and gets 2 kills from this. In the meanwhile, the rest of G2 are coming from middle and secures the pistol round.
Hunter first on the dualies, he's held them at the door. And Hoopsy trying to combine, trying to put another bullet into Nerds. Madden tested, Monacy aggressing, no silencer! And 2 headshots! Okay, D, I'll see you later, G2!
Round 4 and it's a perfect start for G2, being up 3-0, but ENCE will not lie down, and are going for a play with 1 player outside to take info and force G2 to invest a player holding outside, then 2 players on the roof for nades and last 2 players in lobby. A very unusual setup, but will work great if you need to throw a lot of utility and fast. While G2's setup are with 3 players on A, Hooksy on hot, Hunter in middle of site and Nico in main, and then having the last 2 players in ramp. ENCE have read it perfect and use a nade to hit Hunter for 90 damage, and Madden finishes him off from the lobby with a great wallbang. This is the opening ENCE was looking for, but look at the map. They get the kill, and ENCE now G2 have to invest 1 more player to help on A. And who would you force to rotate? The outside player that is the closest? Or the ramp player? Well, of course the outside player, and Monacy falls back to help, while ENCE are using all of this as a distraction to walk outside instead. Nerds alone in door does a lot of damage with great awareness through the smoke. And here Nico oversteps, in hope to win the fight, but can't, and his demise awaits him. At the same time, ENCE are doing a full-on yard smokes. And look at the smokes they throw. Not the default one, but this gives you more wiggle room than the default smokes you see in matchmaking. Hooksy spots ENCE walking down and sees 4 players. This kicks in G2's play of taking back map control before going for the B site retake. And here Nerds in an amazing position on the roof kills Monacy. In the 2v5 for G2, it would be a tough battle. I love this position from Nerds, since so late in the round, no one expects you in this position. But what this kill tells ENCE is that A is clear, since they have seen Hooksy, who is the last original A player, so they're running back up to A site, and JKS tries to win it, but he can't, and ENCE are on the board.
Hooksy, this is a big test for him now. He has got to strike a balance. And passive nature from Nerds is rewarded, and Madden adds it to the list. This could be perfect from ENCE. JKS puts a little blemish on the record. Madden's gone, but the round surely to slot into place. Some pious planting topside. Nerds find damage, no frag. JKS 2.
Well, they know that AWP's towards lobby here, so who wants to get their hands on that first? I'm sure some pious would love it, but JKS would like to get that back for Monacy as well here.
The score is 4-2. No idea why I'm saying this, we all can see it, but something insane is the buy from both teams. Neither one team have a full buy. ENCE are on an AWP, SMGs and a Galil, while G2 are on an MP9 and upgrade pistol. This will be interesting. G2 are going Nico outside in garage, and here Deagle is an amazing gun, since you can hold some very good angles towards silo, red, and top of main to get 3 kills. And then they're having 1 player heaven, 2 players on A site, and then JKS trying to get close to B site or secret, since that favor him more than playing ramp. and smokes outside and Molotov secret, just to make sure no one is playing Rain or anything in top secret. And NUKE have a big fight against Snappy, and I have to ask, why is Snappy, who has a Mech 10, fighting on Silo and not the Opor Galil? But the fight leads to some chip damage before NUKE walks away. But he's not done. NUKE walks back, and now Snappy have dropped onto main, and NUKE hits a great shot and gets the first kill. Crazy to me, Snappy went for this knowing that the Deagle was outside. But this distraction of NUKE outside allows Disha to take main control. And he runs out and can see Hunter as a free kill. But he gets team flashed. And at the same time Huxi gets a kill in lobby and Monesi kills Disha. A crazy way to die when Diha could have been the difference maker in this round for ENCE. And JKS with SMG have went back through ramp into lobby and kills the last two.
Hold on to Young with 20 HP, so many pot shots. Snappy finally falls to that Deagle. And now the crunch, Huxi accelerates into the lobby. They've overlooked him, and now with a two-man advantage, make it one. JKS, he's missed a chance, never mind. Sunpius down and out, and with SMG, G2.
We're in the second half, and let me spoil it to the ENCE fans. It will not become prettier. ENCE are set up with one player on B, 3 on A, and the last on ramp. This is again a very default setup, and we see Diha have dual Berettas on top of Hut, just like G2 did, but he have no smokes for the Molotov. G2 on the other side are going one player outside as the lurker and will be activated as soon as G2 are taking sight, and then 4 players in lobby ready for a fast push. G2 only have 2 smokes and some flashes, so the take will mostly focus on the Glock versus USPS fights. G2 smokes main, and then outside player is throwing flashes to fake the outside take, maybe hoping an ENCE player will stay. And then 3 players from G2 are running out of door. An amazing way to take sight, but ENCE is ready. As soon as nerds make contact, Madden throws a nade towards G2 in hope to make them low before they enter sight. But the damage does minimal damage and JKS comes up huge, killing nerds that have been forced into the corner and then killing Diha on top of Hut. I love as well that G2 are not having any player go through Hut, since the duels on top of Hut are so scary to face. And quickly the game is a 4v2. So what does ENCE do? Well, Snappy gets a great timing on Monesi, since Monesi are peeking too early for the flash and Snappy gets a kill. And since a G2 player were throwing the flash, he can't trade it back. And Snappy uses this flash to take enough attention away from G2 to allow some players to walk out and find one more kill, and Snappy are able to trade. But in the 1v1, Snappy have to fall down, and there's a way you can do this silent, like this.
You can clutch it at the end, that would certainly crush G2.
But he doesn't do it. And Hunter wins the pistol round.
Reaction, Madden, only the one. Nerds is gone. JKS, there's them both down. He cleared the site on his own, and with NUKE's help, ENCE waving the white flag. Another pistol slipping away through the fingers of ENCE. It's Snappy and Sunpius, only 2 frags from the Spaniard in that first half. And now NUKE's down. Sunpius, a good contribution. Maybe Snappy can find Hunter in time. A one-on-one, dancing around the site. Hunter's playing the game. He's overlooked him. Beautiful from Hunter.
Round 20 is just so fast, so let's try to break it down. G2 have gotten an amazing spawns for the fast play, and on NUKE, you should never waste these spawns. And are going 4 players lobby and 1 stays behind just to pop flashes and throw utility for the rest of his teams. And as a lesson for all of you, only thing you need to take A side is a smoke in main, some flashes out of Hut and door. Nothing more is needed, and G2 know this. ENCE are set up with 3 players on A, 1 outside and 1 ramp. Or in other words, they are not ready for a fast push, since G2 will try as much as possible to isolate the site players before they allow the outside players and ramp players to help. And G2 does this by blowing up the door, smoking main, flashing twice out of the door on the right side to get out and blind everyone looking at them, as well as Huxi using this flash to get a flash quick to sight and jump out with the Mech 10. ENCE tries to stop it with a door smoke and a nade out towards Hut, but it's not enough and G2 is on site. And Monesi spins around like a Beyblade and kills 2 players, and the round is already decided, just like that. I love how a fast play like this was mainly decided off good utility rather than some amazing strategy by the G2 boys. And they win this and ended up lifting the trophy in Cologne.
Again. Yeah, why not? Nothing to lose, everything to gain, a map to take, and it's Huxi to open up first. Whoa, he can do it all! On the rifle this time, first man in, takes 2 down, and now Dia and Snappy have got, what, 90 seconds to think about how on earth this one went so wrong.
Mollies aplenty, smokes at the ready, chewing them up, spitting them out, ENCE are done.
What are you supposed to do? Just tut your tongue, throw yourself into their jaws and accept defeat. This might be one of the fastest maps in a grand final we've seen. It's going to be 16 already. Feel like we only just got started.
Still 2 mollies.
It's the benefit of going quick, and well, Snappy, he's going to draw this out as long as he can. Why not? He doesn't want to let this go, but it's taken from him.
Last video I gave some shade to Hooks and you all told me, but I will just say this, well done to him and his team for winning this event and playing an amazing Nuke game. Thanks for the support over the last few videos, and here are 2 videos YouTube told me you would like. Thanks for watching.